Hey guys, it's Rochelle again. So yesterday's video kind of felt like a flop for me. Wow, natural light is great. But I'm doing this just to kind of make more sense of it. So yesterday, and I'm also going to be doing this in like, I don't know, over about the whole entire day because I've got so much stuff to do in between. So I'm sitting down every 5 seconds that I have. Okay, I'm doing kind of like a daily routine. I'm very bad. I'm not a girl. I don't tone or cleanse. I moisturize though because just recently my skin has suddenly been dry and I'm not a fan. So I've been doing this. I actually got sent this whole pack. So it's called Isabella Garcia. Please ignore the background noise. I'll show you the whole box, but my porters keep sending me stuff. So why not use it? Anyway, so here's the box. Oh, I've got literally 3 of these. Like so toners, cleansers, exfoliating scrub. It's also got like a eye makeup remover, like all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so first of all, things that I forgot to mention. One, I've just moved back to a place where I've lived previously, but it's very, very isolated. I moved from my hometown where I've always lived. Actually had to end a job, like end a lease, whatever, to move out here. And one day I'll get into the details, but I've just moved. So that's why the room didn't look great. Like this room doesn't look great. I think it looks exactly like my time-lapse video I did on Instagram. But anyway, I will get there. Also, I was very nervous yesterday. It was the strangest thing. Like, as I sat down to video, I just got super nervous. I kind of look like I don't have hair. I do have hair, guys, promise. Okay, so I got really nervous and I kind of like freaked myself out about it. I am the type of person that when I want to do something, I overthink it because I don't want to get anything wrong. And then I make it worse. So that played a role. I'm still going to post it because I feel like no matter how good your video is, when you edit it, I think you still feel like, that was a bit weird, that was a bit like unnecessary, or you're an idiot or whatever. So I'm going to post it, and I'll either make a separate channel for like vlogs, and I'll do this one on there just to make it a little bit easier because I do think it's going to be a bit longer. Yet again, I need a memory card because I am filming on my phone. So for that part, what happened was I was initially going to use a Canon camera, and then when I looked at its specs, it had like a 6 megapixel camera, and I was like, hold on, what? But it had like really good zooming specs and that kind of stuff, and I was like, I don't need to zoom, I'm sitting here, I'm talking to you like. So that was a flop. So then I went and I pulled out another camera, and I thought like the smaller the things are, the better they seem to work. So I thought, well, I have an old camera I got when I was 17, 18, and it's a Nikon Coolpix. So I said like, what about that? And I think it was a little bit better, but not like great either. And my phone has a 16 megapixel front facing camera, which is what I'm using now. And generally my photos aren't great. Like even with my rear facing, which is also 16 megapixels. So I don't know, I was like trying to figure it out, and then I kept getting interrupted, and it just made the whole video a mess. I apologize in advance. Also, the audio is going to be awful because the house is still a bit empty, so it's very echoey, so that doesn't work in my favor. Also, when I looked up the specs of my phone, they did say like audio is a bit funny. I will try and find an editing program that can kind of fix the audio. I have been looking, but the ones that fix audios won't let me do the other functions I need to perform, so I'm going to have to like edit all over the place. And these are my first videos. I am a bit of a perfectionist. Like if I'm going to do something, it might as well be right, otherwise I won't do it. But I'm trying not to be like this with this, because then I will literally never post anything. And I've been really excited about doing this. Like I feel like I never shut up. I love to talk. I have strange opinions. Like, I'm very different to everyone in my family, so I just thought I would try this. Like, if it's an absolute flop, it's a flop. Like, I had fun. Like, this is something I wanted to do all year. It is now the end of the year, and I hope I post this at the end of the year, not in the beginning of next year. But at the moment, it's like mid-December, a little bit further than mid-December, so like the 3rd week. So it's almost Christmas, so obviously that's also like a more stressful time for people, so I'm supposed to be getting ready too. But but yeah, so I have been a little bit not myself, just because like moving is always unsettling, Christmas is stressful, I have a lot going on. Like, I also do paintings, not fantastic paintings, don't get excited, but I do paintings, and I kind of prefer to do nursery paintings or just like simple things. So I've done a few paintings. The most recent one I did for a friend of mine who's pregnant, and she wanted like a baby giraffe, and she lives quite far away, so I did that in about a night. And it was actually more difficult than I expected because it had been so long since I painted. So yeah, I'm now doing superhero torsos, and I wanted to do 4, but I landed up getting like huge canvases, so I think I'm going to do 3. So I'm doing Spider-Man, that's who I've sketched out, and I'm going to start painting him today. So that's another thing I need to get to. And like normal daily life things, and yeah. So I don't know why I told you all of that, I can't even remember what my point was. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to do my base. I am going to be stopping in between, so I'm going to try, my old brush, I am going to try, I'm so organized, it's writing, do as much as I can in this sitting. So I'm going to have to use, I bought this brush, I mentioned it in that laps video, which you can't hear what I'm saying, but it was really poo, so like I'm not a big fan. I don't know what I did with my old one, that's like half a brush. But yeah, so part of the Jenna Marbles story that I left out was I actually wanted to tell you like, my huge brush. Okay, it used to be like longer. I do have the other piece in my handbag, and it's just, stop being such a non-girl. So I love Infallible. So before this one, I actually had the like tube that you squeeze out, but I like the pump action, like it's not too messy. And I actually got a tone slightly darker than I usually use, just because I'm not a huge makeup person, and I've only just started doing the concealer thing, like under the eyes and whatever, because I used to do concealer first and then foundation. So I got a shade, I'm usually 120, this is a 125, and that's what I've been using, and I was so excited, and it really is my favorite. Like, I don't know if it's full cover, but it's pretty freaking decent. Like, maybe I should set up my mirror too, which was also great because I bought 2 of these, because the first one I bought was smashed and I didn't know. So this is the best part of my life, is when I get to cover up all this grossness. And this room is like super echoey, but I'm going to put I've got to figure out the lighting though, because I want to put directly behind me, I want to put a really nice chest of drawers, like dark wood, and I want to put that there. But anyway, so besides that, I don't know if you want to watch me put my foundation on, but here we are doing this. I'm moisturized. I don't think I'm moisturized enough. My skin was like, cream. Okay, to my story. Okay, so when I was 17, I started working at a pizza restaurant. I worked at restaurants from about 15. I was very like independent, like wanted to have a job, wanted to have my own money, and I think like my biggest drive was I wanted a Motorola Razr or something. Yes, I'm old. Okay, a Motorola Razr. So I think I worked for that. And then my parents were pretty different, and the one night my dad had like a small meltdown and snapped my motor razor like in half. Another thing, I'm sick. My voice isn't always this bad, like it's not great, but my voice does sound pretty like croaky, and my nose isn't too bad today, but yesterday when I filmed it was not great. So anyway, so he snapped that. So then I started working to get a BlackBerry. And then it also was like to buy airtime and stuff. So I worked for like small reasons, and also I was very like crafty. I did like scrapbooking and that kind of stuff. So it's actually pretty expensive stuff to buy, like crafty stuff. So that also played a role. And this chair is so irritating. Sorry. Just sit up straight. And yeah, so I've worked, whatever. So I started working at this pizza place, and I actually dated the owner of the place for a little bit. And he was the reason that I could kind of like bunk off work. And one of the girls that I worked with, I think that's how it came about. They showed me the Jenna Marbles video, and I was like, oh, this is so cool, yay, she's so funny, like whatever. And just became like legitimately addicted. So the guy I was dating, because he was the boss, I kind of had a bit of like leeway with him. And I used to go upstairs and just watch Jenna Marbles like obsessively, like it was unhealthy. So yeah, so that was like a time in my life where he was a bit older, and it was like a very pubby environment. And yeah, I don't know, I learned a lot from that time of my life. There were a lot of first things that I experienced, and I remember like making friends like with the patrons, as you do, like the people that you serve, you make friends with them. Like I was one of those people, I never shut up. I'm always like way too much information, like overload, 100%. So yeah, I don't know, I landed up making friends with a lot of the people that were there. Oh, this is Wet n Wild, and I don't know what colour it is. Light ivory, because I'm pale as whale. Anyway, so I'd made friends, and I remember the one night the guy I was dating was like, just be careful, like the company you keep here, like not everyone is trustworthy. And I was like, oh, what do you mean? I was like, so-and-so is so nice, so-and-so is so friendly, so-and-so is so this. And he was like, yeah, they're only so exciting and friendly and happy and like loud and jumpy and bubbly, because like I was like that. So I gravitated towards people that were like that. And he was like, yeah, because they're like heavy into drugs. And I was like, pardon? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, what? Like I was 17, and I was kind of a bit nerdy in school, in the sense that like I still had friends and I still did sport, but I didn't socialize as much as other people out of choice. In this year of my life, I suddenly started going out. I was drinking before you should have been drinking legally. Don't arrest me, I'm old enough now. And I don't know, I didn't actually know drugs was a real thing. So I just didn't think it was like a real thing. What am I doing? I was about to open up the thing that I actually want to do something with. Anyway, so I don't know, it was a big learning experience. Like it was definitely my wild phase, and there's lots of people that like I'll tell them the story and they actually like immediately change their opinion of me. And I'm like, I went through a stage, like everyone goes through a stage, just calm down, like I'm not a bad person. So basically, like I'd go out quite often, and I landed up getting roofied a couple of times, and it was legit like I was roofied. And when that relationship ended, I started behaving like a normal person. So it was good for me to grow from it, but I do think, this is the worst bronze ever, I do think that it was a stage in my life I probably didn't have to go through, but I did, and it's my own fault. And I was young enough to like still know what I was doing, but I didn't know any better either. Like I didn't have anyone being like, this isn't the way you should behave, like whatever. Like I tried weed once. Why am I, this is like awful. And I just remember being really hungry for a little bit, and then being really tired and going to bed, and that was about as exciting as my night got. You can like, you see the, probably not, I'm not using a camera, I'm using a Samsung. Not even an iPhone, guys, it's a Samsung. Yeah, like that was, I wanted to tell you all about that kind of stuff, like let you get to know me a little bit, like to see if you've got any interest. Like I'm pretty real down to earth. Like, I'm not super exciting. Like, my life is pretty boring, but like, I do thoroughly enjoy talking to people. I do enjoy helping people. So that was basically the idea, is that I could do a few things that people might enjoy doing, and it would allow me to like have a social outlet, whereas I'm not like a huge party animal. Like, I don't really go out. So yeah, I don't know, maybe that makes sense. But we all go through funny things, and we all try things, and we all fail. And I have done a little bit. I'm actually using my fingers for blush, so I'm sorry, it's probably a bit weird. And that's why. So I'm now Rudolph, the red-cheeked human being. Yeah, it's fine. That's a good look, I think. I think that's a good look. I hope everyone does the makeup face that's watching me and isn't like, what is wrong with this girl's face? Anyway, no, so I've been watching YouTube basically since Jenna Marbles came out. I did like stop for a little bit because I just fell off that radar. Like, it wasn't something, either I didn't have time or I didn't have internet connection. But yeah, so I started working after that in proper jobs and whatever, and my life has been quite a wild ride. It's the best way I can say it. So yeah, now that I've gotten back into watching YouTube videos and stuff, does that even shine? Not really. I really enjoy Marky, Glam and Gore. Oh, that worked all of a sudden. And I like James Charles. I was like so not a fan of Jeffree Star, but now I'm like all for Jeffree Star. So he's just, I don't know, he's really cool. And then Tana Mongeau, yes, like she's possibly how I could have been if I decided to be wild, but I decided to be boring instead, so here we are. So what did I even tell you? Okay, the products I used for the bronzing, blush and highlight aren't interesting, but she kind of was the reason that I was like, damn, I can do this. Like, I can do this. Like, if she can do it, I can do it. It isn't going to be a purely dedicated like makeup page. It can't be. I'm not good enough for it to be. This is just a fun page. Like, I watch my YouTube videos kind of as an outlet, as an escape from like reality, which is really healthy. Like, if stuff's going wrong, run away from it. Kidding. Okay, I got interrupted. Okay, we're gonna carry on though. We're here for it. So yeah, I enjoy YouTube videos for that, and I kind of want to be that for people. My space is almost finished on my, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. And I haven't even done eye makeup. Like, maybe I should just end it here. And I'm sorry about all the clapping in the video too. That was annoying. And I'm sure I've done it now too, so apologies. I'm trying not to. And yeah, I hope you do enjoy this channel. I'm not gonna try and like race it out of the gates and like do things just so people watch my videos. Like, I want to be as real as possible. So this is me pretending to do makeup and pretending to know what I'm talking about most of the time. And as we go further along, you'll get to know more about me, because I do have quite a complicated life. But anyway, on that note, thanks guys, and I'll put out another video soon. I think I know what I'm going to be doing for it, so we'll see how it goes. I do need to try and get to the shop first though. So, thank you guys. See you next time.